So now the question is the Bandai Namco Tamashii Nation's Metal Bill Devise Exia a good figure worth adding to your collection? Alright, so right here we have the packaging for the Bandai Namco Metal Bill Devise Exia. It does actually look pretty good, but don't let this packaging fool you, because this figure is not going to get a very high rating over here at S3D. For obvious reasons. We will find out uh, in this review. So obviously, inside the packaging, we have the instruction manual. We got the styrofoam cardboard coffin for the metal bill Exia. They do this with all the Chogokin, GFFMC, high-end Bandai products. But yeah, basically, Metal Bill is a subline of the Chogokin, and supposedly they spend more time in R&D to make these figures more premium. But unfortunately for Exia, this guy's been reissued so many times in the last 10 years. We've seen so many versions of this guy, and they definitely didn't do any improvement to the core figure itself. At this point, it's just basically a cash grab. And the reason for this guy to get reissued in this form is because they tried to sell us on the the Metal Bill GN arms. They need something to go with the Metal Bill GN arms, so they had to sell us an Exia to go with that. This one here, in my opinion, they probably should have just included Exia in the GN arms, or sell Exia by itself without all the freaking shenanigans for like $100. That would have been great. But trying to add these extra nonsensical accessories to it, and then trying to sell it to us for over $200. I think I think you guys probably have an idea where this review is going. So get ready. It is gonna be a bumpy one. So over here we have the instruction manual. This is a very nice looking instruction manual, and I go over a lot of stuff here. So basically it's Exia with a few extra parts. We got the GN Luster Sword. It's kind of weird name. I guess they can reuse Buster, because Buster's been used so many times. He has so many accessories are the GN Buster Sword. And then we got the unit on the backpack. This is the Devise Exia unit, I guess. There are sub-arms in there, and then there are the connectors for the, so it can hold accessories. Also got this adapter piece that allows it to connect the the GN Luster Sword to the this unit on the backpack. Everything else is what you would expect from regular Exia. So here we go. You pop the GN drive out, and then you have this unit right there. There's a little piece for the GN condenser. You want to have that set up, or you can connect the GN drive directly to the back of the thing, which makes it look ridiculous because it just extends the whole back unit to to a ridiculous length, right? It's honestly, in my opinion, it's not very well thought out. I feel like they really have-assed this whole backpack situation. It looks good from the front, but if you're trying to look at it from the back, it looks like a nightmare. The GN Luster Sword I think is okay. It looks pretty cool. Probably my favorite accessories in this whole set right here. And then we got the sub-arm right here. I do actually think the sub-arm is pretty cool. Give you that whole IBO Gujan rebake kind of situation. But yeah, in Double O, I don't know, man. This is not even the same universe. But here we have all the standard Exia fare. These are all present, in all the Exias before. We do have the angle hand that allows you to hold the beam saber, and then we have these connectors for the GN swords. Yeah, nothing new here. That's been around. That stuff been around for at least a decade or more. So. We also have connector parts, compatibility parts where you can attach Astrea's accessories, as well as the Dynamis repair accessory. So you can see right there, that's a shield for the Dynamis repair. Here's the accessory parts for the Astrea and the GN Buster rifle thing, the large particle cannon. And you can also have adapter parts, so you can attach these parts to the Estrella. That actually looks pretty cool. I think this is probably the best look for that unit. This thing, if you take those wing bits off and you put on Estrella with that GN condenser on the back, that looks really, really nice in my opinion. So we got the standard stand, and then this is how it looks like. That arm is actually, I think honestly, that arm, that lift arm little thing comes in very handy, especially when you're dealing with the GM Buster Sword, although it just looks ridiculous having that sticking out like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if there's any more to discuss. So here's the back of the manual. Yeah, Devise Exia. Whoopie-doo. So in this 2 trays, we have most of the accessories. Right here, if you bought Metal Build before, you're pretty much aware of how these, the second tray setup is the stand and a little bit of leftover accessory parts. Here we have the beam saber effect parts, which actually looks really nice. But again, it's nothing new here. The only thing that we're seeing that's completely new, exclusively to this set, is the these piece and the GN Luster Sword and little connector parts. That's it. So here we have the connector parts. These are the little arm bits that you can attach to the inside of these arms. And then we have the connector parts to attach this to the Estrella. And then this is the adapter to connect the GN Luster Sword to the back of this piece right there. So you can hold the sword like in the middle. Alright, so we have Exia here with most of its equipment attached to him. We have the beam saber shields, all of them attached to himself, the armor. And then we have the GN swords, which are attached to these bits. I can tell you these parts did not age well in the last 10 years. So they're more like an issue for the figure than, something that makes it, it just, they feel more like a hindrance to the figure than anything else. And something, in my opinion, that's extremely dumb, in my opinion, is the way these shield connectors are designed. So these are 2 right pieces, shield connector, and they don't work. If you want to put this thing on the right arm, the left arm, it really just doesn't work. The way this thing is shaped, it doesn't go on this side. So what you need to do in order to display the shield, you need to attach it to the sub arms in the back of the backpack unit, the Devise unit, which in my opinion is really, really dumb. So it gave you 2 shields that you can't really even use on Exia himself without the use of the extra accessories. Maybe you can give this piece to another, give it to like Australia or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty dumb in my opinion. And unfortunately, this figure suffers from quality control issues. The arms, this joint right there in that section, not very tight. And I'm not the only one who have this issue. So, some issues when you're trying to raise the arm and try to hold a pose. So that's very annoying, especially when you're gonna, trying to pose it with the GN sword. Not only that, you see this horrible gap right here. That's another quality control issue. Same with the forearm. It's just the joint, the overall tightness on this figure is just, the parts tolerance is just not there. I don't know if it's like mold degradation or the issue with the metal and stuff like that. The fact that, obviously this Exia has been reissued, released so many times, further compound the problem. So I took out all the beam saber handles, those are really nothing to write home about. I honestly think they probably should have just reissued the Exia Repair 3. That would have been nice. The ability to swap out the armor and stuff like that. That's actually pretty cool. This whole gimmick thing just really doesn't do it for me. I've got a GN sword. You can flip this forward, Let me see if I can do it without screwing up. That always look cool, you know. It's one of Exia's feature. Again, this elbow joint is not great, and things are starting to fall apart. In fact, the hand just came apart. That is not good. Alright, now that we pop out the GN drive, we're gonna try to mess around with this thing right here. I can tell you, this is not really a good piece of accessories either. So, get ready. So right here, I got the sub arms out. You can see it's holding the beam saber right there with the hand. And then we got the back here open up right there, exposing the hole. You can either plug in the GN drive right here. You can have Exia's GN drive up in there, which I think is kind of, this is definitely going to be a very ridiculous look. But you can do that if you like. So yeah, let me show you how ridiculous that is. It's just sticking out way too far. Yeah, but that's a look for it. You know, if you're looking at it from the front, it's not too bad. But looking at it from the back, you know, that is honestly not a good look, in my opinion. But right here, that's not too bad. There we go. Get him to look forward like that. We got the GN sword. And let's do something even more ridiculous. Let's go ahead and take the GN luster sword right here. This is a fine looking weapon. But, you know, just feel like these things... They could have done such a much better job of like putting this whole set together, right? Yeah, these things actually open up, and sometimes it can be a little bit problematic. So let's go ahead and try to get that right. Well, I do have to say this is an absolutely ridiculous look for Exia, but you know what? Yeah, this is something I've never done before. I put all the accessories on it. I put on the Devise unit on the back. Definitely looks unique. So, unfortunately, in conclusion, unless this is the look that you're going for, looking for to do for your Exia, you know, looks like something from Gundam Build Fighters or something ridiculous. I honestly cannot recommend this figure. I'm gonna have to give this a very low rating at this point. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna give this guy a 6 out of 10. The value is not there. This is not worth $200. Something completely ridiculous right here. You know, I don't think this backpack is very well thought out. You know, this thing just really doesn't do it for me at all. And I think a lot of people would agree. This figure right now has been a shelf warmer for at least 2 years now. It came out 2022, now it's 2024. And, you know, people aren't really too fond of this. The price on this, the lowest I've seen going for $130 for something that's, you know, supposed to retail around $225, right? That is, that's a big letdown. So, anyway, I think that is pretty much it for this review. Again, I definitely do not recommend this figure unless you are really in desperate need of an Exia in metal build form, or you need an Exia to go with your GN arms, your $700 GN arms. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys.